I got something to tell you, and I know you're probably not going to agree with me. After being here for a year, I've just basically discovered how chaotic Spanish is.
What do you mean? Spanish is one of the most romantic languages over there.
I don't know who decided that. I really don't.
The world.
The world is not listening.
Popular choice.
Popular choice. Because they're not here. They're not here dealing with what I deal with. Spanish is nice. I have a lot of negative things to say about it, but I do have some good things. But I'm going to tell you why talking to Spaniards seems like pure chaos to Americans. And this is especially someone from the United States, since we don't learn second languages that easily or have any enthusiasm to go and do that.
Could it be that you're exaggerating though?
If I'm exaggerating, you tell me, okay? Because I'm about to point out some things that I feel that I've experienced, and I need you to tell me if I'm exaggerating. It's already bad enough talking to one Spaniard, because you guys are just like, everything must come out all at once. Everything must come out. Your life story, the birth of Jesus, everything.
The birth of Jesus.
Everything has to come out all at once. That's one thing. That's just talking to one Spaniard. But in groups is the most craziest experience one can go through, because you guys talk at the same time, all together at the same time. And the craziest part to me is that it seems, I don't know, maybe you guys just make it up, but it seems like you understand each other even though you're all talking at the same time.
Of course we understand each other. It's our language.
See, I didn't even say that. You don't understand each other.
We understand each other, and whether we are agreeing with what the person is saying, that we are supporting that, whatever they're saying. So we have to interject and say, sí, claro, hombre, claro, cómo no, y lo que sea. Or if we're disagreeing, we have to get our opinion out before we forget things. So if you're saying, the sky of Madrid is not the most beautiful sky in the world, I'm going to interrupt you. I'm going to say, hey, where are you going? Have you ever seen that blue? More beautiful than in any other place in the world? No, it doesn't exist.
Bahamas, Caribbean,
it doesn't exist. So yes, we have to get our opinion out.
Do you know what it's like being the person trying to translate 5 people at the same time?
Why are you translating?
How do you think I'm going to talk in Spanish? How do you think I'm going to understand what people are saying?
You know enough Spanish to understand on the fly. You don't have to translate like you're a freaking Google Translator.
I have to. I'm on a lag.
You're not lag. What do you see that little thing?
I am. You say a sentence, my brain has to process it, it has to translate it, and then I can respond. But by the time that process happens, you guys are on like the 5th topic by then. Do you know how it is when you see everybody in your group laughing, and then they all stop laughing, then that one person just starts laughing as if they just got the joke? That's me. That's who I am in the group. I just got the joke. And I'm here laughing by myself now. Everybody moved on to something else. I'm laughing by myself, and I have to keep this laugh inside so I don't look crazy in the group, sitting there like, and nobody joins me.
Your eyes twitching right now.
My eyes twitching because Spanish is chaotic.
I would actually think that you would appreciate the speed in which we talk, because you're American and you're always talking about being productive and doing more in less time. So now we're giving you something fast, and now you're complaining about this.
No, it's not.
What do we need to put? Like subtitles when we talk, like having like boards?
Your subtitles and everything. Like, I've had your subtitles. Your text messages is the subtitles, because you text differently than you talk. That is the other thing. You guys don't even text the same way you talk. And then you have all these damn group chats. But the way you text is the most nerve-wracking thing for me. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm in a bunch of Spanish group chats. I've turned off notifications. I've turned off my notifications.
This is why you never know anything that we're going to do. The weekend comes and you're like, oh, we're just going to relax and watch movies at home. Like, no, we have plans with people.
I have plans too. I had plans.
You're in the group chat for a reason. You should know what the plans are for.
You're in the group chat too, so you can relay the message.
Then why are you in the group chat?
So I can peek in when I need to and look a little bit more Spanish when the dust has cleared. That's when I'll check the group. You know what it's like to open your phone. Like, you just looked at your phone, you checked your message, you put it down, and then you're like, I didn't check the time. Let me look back at my phone and see what time it is. And then you have 91 messages, unread messages, in a span of 2 to 3 minutes.
Because we're sharing things and then they're funny.
No,
and
you're not sharing things. No, because you guys. No, it's not about you sharing things. It's how you text. It's not about what you're sharing.
So how we text?
You don't text the way you talk. When you talk, you act like there's a bomb about to go off unless you get everything out of your mouth. That's what you got. That's how you guys talk. On the other hand, you don't text like that. You type, if you have to tell somebody, hey, I'm going to the store, I'm going to pick up X.
Mm-hmm.
That is like 6 messages for you guys. You just don't write it all in one message.
No,
You
because
be
you
like,
first have to say, "Hey guys," or "Oye," like get their attention, and then you said, "I'm going to the store." So now people know I'm going to the store.
but
I'm going to
no,
Al Campo.
but you don't wait for a response. It's hola, ¿qué tal? Voy al supermercado y and then it's just an e and dot 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 dot, and then next is coming in. Again, it's just like I'm buying eggs and then something else. Just tell me everything that you're gonna do. You don't have to write 8 messages to say one sentence.
We do it like that, so it's easier for you to read them and identify each single sentence. No? Hey, listen, maybe this is just a thing of my group of friends and family. Maybe this is not like a Spanish
I
thing.
refuse to believe that. This is Mario texts like this. Your mama texts like this. She's not even in Spain. Alicia texts like this. Saudi texts like this. I've seen enough people texting like this. This is not just you guys. No.
I don't know. Something that I do have to say though is that when I moved to the US, you guys didn't know WhatsApp because we use WhatsApp for everything here. It's like the
Yeah,
main way of
yeah.
communication. So when I moved to the US in 2010, it was like I would ask people for the WhatsApp and they'd be like, what is that? Like nobody knew what
We
it
didn't
was.
because WhatsApp wasn't a thing for us. Like back
For
then.
us, it always has been
No,
because
that
you used to get charged per message. Like
right.
every text message cost whatever it cost back then. So WhatsApp, because you had internet, it was easy just to go through, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
everybody used WhatsApp. Now, what fascinates me though is that after 15 years of being outside of Spain, is the amount of like WhatsApp groups that are there. Like any of our friends have, their WhatsApp group for their gym classes,
Yes.
Pilates, their kids' music class as a group chat, their regular classes from school, the after English classes. Like there is so many group chats.
Yeah, I like the group thing. Yeah, just a
We
big
like
groups.
we are a community. We're a
Yeah.
strong community, so we act as such. You know what happens? That you act exactly like your language.
What does that mean?
You're simple. You don't have that hard passion recipe into your language. English is simple, so your mentality is simple, simpleton, simpleton. That's that one.
Calling me a simpleton?
So
That's not funny.
it's just like your goodbyes in the U.S. That's another thing.
What's wrong with our goodbyes are goodbyes?
No, you're like I haven't seen my friends in like 6 months to 8 months, and we finally get to meet together. We get in our calendar that we're gonna meet. We meet, and what happens? Half an hour, 1 hour together, having a coffee or having a quick beer, and then people just get up and pay the bill and say bye, bye. They don't even give you a kiss because you guys don't give kisses.
That's sexual harassment.
It's your friends I'm talking about. Like, and then bye, if any, or hug, and then you disappear. What happened to the prolonging the goodbye of, oh my God, I forgot to tell you, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I forgot to ask you about your mom. How is it? Or, oh, do you remember that cat that I say, blah, blah, blah?
Let me ask you a question. If you forgot to ask me those, am I really that good of a friend of you? If you can't remember to ask me these important questions? Am I really that? No, I'm just saying, if we spent an hour together, this is like your damn soda messes. If I spent 5 hours with you and now I'm going home, I'm going home. It's time to go. It's goodbye. It's not pretend goodbye, like let's practice a goodbye and talk some more, but we're gonna practice saying goodbye.
No, but it means that I'm having such a great time with you.
I had a great time.
Let you go.
5 hours, 4 hours, 3 hours. I had a great time.
Listen,
it's time to go.
If it's time to hang out with the people that you enjoy spending time with, the clock means nothing.
Yeah, the clock means nothing until it's goodbye. I'm here with you. We vibing. We cool. Oh, look at the time. It's time to go. Goodbye. Bye-bye.
No, there needs to be a little bit more of
There's no,
interaction
what
so
is
it can be
this?
memorable, especially in the US when
So
you
wait a
only
minute.
see your friends
No,
every
no, no,
20
no, no, no.
years.
Are you guys like the no, you hang up. No, you hang up.
No, we actually have conversations,
No,
okay?
no,
We're
it's
not
the same thing. Just hang up the damn phone.
But if I still have to tell you something else, by the way, don't forget to put your
You
Rebecca
know
because
what?
it's still
Hold on.
hot.
Why are you even complaining about this? How can you have the nerve to complain about this when I watch you on the phone with your mother? You're on the phone with your mother. He's like, she just doesn't know how to hang up the phone. She can't just hang up the phone. But you're fine with that. She's trying to tell you more stuff. Oh, by the way, you didn't know about this, but your sister did this or this happened or whatever. And here you are, not even listening to the conversation, just like talking to me or watching something else on TV.
Because it's my mother. That's different.
Do you hear yourself?
I do.
You understand what you're saying, right?
Listen, there's nothing like a Spanish goodbye.
Apparently, there is. American goodbye.
No.
There's nothing like an American goodbye.
No, that
We
is
are.
cold and simple
It is not cold and simple.
and detachment.
It is not cold and simple. If for like black people in there, we dap up. We're good. See you. We
And
good.
then bye.
And then be safe, bro. And then we out.
You guys are very boring.
We're not boring. We real. We keep it, real, straight to the point, and that's it.
It's like when we are walking the dogs, Nala and Scar, and then they greet a dog, and then we start talking to those people. We don't say just hello. That's it.
But
No.
when we say bye, it's bye.
Is it though?
It is for me. I'm walking. I'm walking. I'm paying attention to Scar now at that point.
But look at how many people we have met and like really interesting stories just because we stop and we start talking.
I agree. It's interesting stories. And that's in the time span of when we have our conversation. But when it's time to go, the conversation has ended.
You're never going to understand it. It's a disappointment, baby, because you have come such a far way from when you arrived here, from when we even met. You accepted that Spain is more than Barcelona. You accepted that learning Spanish was your goal. You have learned so much Spanish. I can understand that the over talking over each other could be a little bit challenging, but goodbyes, come on.
I can't. And the reason why goodbyes and all of this for me is like when it needs to end, it needs to end because a lot of times the conversation ended for me long ago. Long ago, because there's certain words in Spanish when I'm trying to translate for 5 different people, when I'm trying to understand why we're still here, and I keep hearing people say, okay, we're leaving, we're going, but we're still here.
This is true. Like we're with people, and then I hear him whisper in my ear. So are we leaving or what? So
No, I don't say are we leaving. I don't say are we leaving. I say it's time to go. That's it. It's time to go.
Yeah, but after you have said it's time to go, then you start. So are we going or what? Are we leaving or what?
I'm like,
let's leave. I'm leaving. You're staying here.
Okay, I see you when
I'm
you get
in the
home.
middle of a conversation.
You're not in the middle of a conversation. And she doesn't know how to end a conversation, so I have to start teaching her how to end a conversation. When there's silence for 2 seconds, because that doesn't happen a lot in Spanish, that is the cue. That is the escape point. That's when you pull the emergency cord and jump out.
Anyway, it seems that you're getting very lost. And
No,
talking about lost.
It's not about being lost in that sense, because I do get lost in the conversations. When I hear the word Gerard, that's it. My brain explodes. I'm done.
You have made me realize some funny things about Spanish, and with that, the complication of the word llevar. Llevar has a lot of meanings, and it's true that
whenever someone says Gerard, I give up on the conversation. That's when I shut down. It's like Microsoft just crashed in my head. I feel like whenever you're talking and I'm translating, I'm getting the conversation, I feel good. I feel confident in what I'm saying. Then they say that word and everything goes out the window. It's just, at that point, I feel like I've been abandoned in the cold, darkest places of Spanish. I'm where Jesus lost his chancla. That's where I'm at. I'm with the chancla. That's where you leave me when you say the word llevar.
Perfect. Explain it to me.
Explain it to me. What is it going to be now?
Well, I'm going to use what you just said. Just give me an idea. Donde Jesús perdía las chanclas. Because everybody knows my dog is going crazy right now. Everybody knows that Jesus walked a lot, right? Through the desert and everything. He was a hiker, one of the first hikers of the history to conquer a lot of places. And so it is said, like, when you lose something or when something is really far, far away, especially when something is far, far away, you say, Donde Cristo perdió las chanclas, because allá, lejos, muy lejos.
I'm just trying to imagine how you lose a chancla when you're walking like, I didn't notice that my feet was bare on this side, but not on this side.
Because you're so focused on something else, and you keep walking and walking and walking, and then it's so far away that you're not
Because
going back.
Jesus had a lot on his mind. That's what it was.
He did.
He did.
Big philosopher.